Good morning, people. How are you doing? Today is Monday. It is the 22nd day of April, 2024, and it is about 5 minutes till 11. I kind of got a slow start today. Been doing stuff around the house, been helping out around the neighborhood, been doing the Chauncey Gardner thing, the Chauncey the Gardener Act routine next door with my neighbor, helping build a little garden. I have no idea. Listen, if you leave a plastic potted plant in my house and come back a week later, it'll be dead. So I'm the wrong person to ask about gardening issues, but doing my level best to help out the neighbor next door. That's been kind of occupying my time really this weekend and last week with the table and all that stuff. But it's coming along looking nicely. And she's happy, and that's what matters. News. The last video I made, I think I was very upset about the number of children being killed, and couldn't quite figure out why people are so indifferent to the suffering of some people and not others. I'm not going to dive back into that. That was my last video a couple of days ago. Since then, all we've done is, I don't know, as a nation, we've had calls for violence against anti-genocide protesters, people who have the audacity to stand up against genocide. The scum of the earth that they are. People like Tom Cotton, specifically Tom Cotton, are now calling for violence directly targeting anti-genocide protesters and demonstrations. That's nice, huh? That's lovely. Of course, Tom Cotton is a rabid Zionist, and the Zionists are having a hard time right now. That's what today's video is going to show you. There's one specific Zionist. I don't know where he is. Someone said he's from the U.S. He's a guy who speaks with a British dialect because, of course, if you know anything about the way YouTube works, if you can work up a British dialect and do it halfway, even passably, you're going to automatically get like 400% more views on what you do. So I don't know where he's from. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. I don't give a shit. But he's some jackass who's recommending that they make the anti-Semites hurt rather than trying to re-educate them. Because the re-education program has failed. Because, of course, as Biden says, and the Biden White House says, the Biden administration says, there's a disturbing rise in anti-Semitism these days. Who knows why that would be? Maybe because the self-proclaimed Jewish state is currently bombing children and women in Gaza and refugee camps in Rafah. Just this weekend, they killed 18 more fucking children. 22 in total when they attacked. They again bombed yet another fucking refugee camp. I think this was Khan Yunis or Rafah, one of the two. No, it's Rafah. They found a mass grave in Khan Yunis, dug by the fucking cat bulldozers that we donate to the Zionist cause in Greater Israel. So I'm going to play a little bit of that for you. I just thought I'd just touch base with what's going on in terms of Gaza and where we are as a people being conditioned. It seems like they're giving up on the hasbara, educate the people, the goyim outside of Israel. And Israel hasbara is considered propaganda. Outside of Israel, it's considered education because we're so stupid as goyim. We'll see how this all works out. It's more threats from the likes of, Michael Rappaport. I covered him about 2 months ago where he was saying that, the Jewish people are going to make those of us who are opposed to genocide in Gaza and Palestine, that the Jewish people are going to make us pay. There's lists, and they're keeping lists. I think it's so funny that Michael Rappaport was actually included in the TV version of Fallout, and he was a cowardly weasel bully blowhard who ran screaming, who perished running and screaming and crying for help when a Yaogwai attacked him and fucked him up. Typecasting, perfect typecasting, and that was one of the first scenes in the goddamn show. So that's how you were introduced to Maximus. So I think whoever cast him in that certainly knew Michael Rappaport pretty well. Let me show you what we have here on my website. White House slams anti-Semitic protests at college campuses. That's the thing, anybody who disagrees with their Zionist propaganda, with their Zionist agenda and their propaganda and their fucking Greater Israel fucking program, the first thing you do is call them anti-Semites. And that in and of itself is enough to shut them down. And I'm not the one making that shit up. That's been widely fucking acknowledged by people inside Israel and the kinds of people who do that work. Prime example was the woman who was talking to, I think she was a member of the Knesset at one time, and she was or some cabinet member, high-ranking cabinet member from Israel, and she was talking to Amy Goodman, and she said, that's how we silence dissent. We call people anti-Semites. And we bring up the Holocaust, of course. So anybody protesting what's going on in the genocide that's taking place inside Palestine and Gaza, now the White House is calling us anti-Semites, of course. And of course, all of these young people who are in these protests, places like Columbia University, they've already arrested 108 people for having a sit-in. They said they were trespassing even though they were students at Columbia, but they said they were trespassing where they paid tuition, their parents paid tuition, or they paid tuition, because they have the wrong fucking mindset. It doesn't serve the interests of the Zionists. Now, they have shut down Columbia University, and the head of Columbia University says now everything is going to be remote. Fucking all courses are going to be remote taught. They're going to be online. They're shutting down the entire fucking education system in Columbia because young people are fucking sick of sitting back and doing nothing while Columbia does business with Zionist institutions in Israel and the IDF and Mossad. And they want Columbia to divest from their investments in Israel. So we can't have that. So, of course, now the policy is to call all these young people anti-Semites. And that's going on now. Let me show you what else is happening. There was a strike on Israeli forces from Hezbollah. 62,000 Israelis have left. There's the mass grave thing. And where is that? That is Khan Yunis. Here you go. This is the Tom Cotton story, who calls all these protesters who were sitting there saying, stop fucking bombing Gaza and stop bombing children, pro-Hamas mobs. And he's urging people to commit acts of violence against the quote-unquote pro-Hamas mobs. That's a U.S. senator. That's a seated U.S. is a senator from Arkansas. Right. Suggesting that there be violence against us, basically. And here we go. I wanted to play this guy for you. Let's just hurt the anti-Semites because we can't win arguments while we kill children and steal land, says a Jew. This guy is laughable. You can go watch his whole video on my website. I'll post a link to the, the website's already on the link. Link is already on the thing. I wanted to play a little bit of this jackass for you. Tough guy, internet tough guy, keyboard warrior. Talking about we got to hurt actively. We can't educate them anymore because basically what he's admitting, it's like he's admitting what we all know. And what we all know is their hasbara campaign has failed because they keep bombing children. Because Bibi Netanyahu can't fucking bring himself to quit, to resign, to leave. Because he knows that when someone else comes and takes his place, it's over. And the Zionist dream of having that big whole fucking, that whole coastline in Gaza filled to the brim with new goddamn resort casinos and hotels for the ultra rich, and all the shekels that'll bring him, he knows as soon as he fucking leaves office, not only is he going to be charged with the felonies that were facing him before he came to office, but he will also have to flee fucking Israel, probably to Miami where he can hide out with his son or some shit, deblow. But he knows as soon as he's done, as soon as he leaves, it's over. The Zionists will, because the head of the military intelligence agency just resigned as well. He just resigned yesterday. So there's going to be a bunch of resignations regarding what happened and people having to answer for the failures on October the 7th, as well as giving the orders to attack and kill Israeli civilians. They can't have that. There can't be any kind of real investigation into what happened because they're at war right now. But as soon as they're not at war, there's going to have to be fucking consequences for what happened. And Bibi Netanyahu understands that. So too to all the fucking Likudniks, and so too to all the fucking Zionists. All the ultra right-wing fucking Zionists. They know their Zionist dream of greater Israel is going to come to a crashing fucking halt once this war is over. So they keep the fucking war going. They keep bombing children. They keep doing whatever they can. They keep trying to antagonize Iran and trying to start a wider fucking war because they understand their dream of stealing all of Palestine and literally wiping it off the map. What they accuse the Palestinians of wanting to do to Israel, they want to do to Palestine. That's what you do. When you're such a duplicitous fuck that you have a plan like wiping a country off the map, how do you defend yourself from that in terms of public relations, in terms of the opinions of the rest of the world? You accuse them of trying to do it to you. So then when they say, wait a minute, that's what you're doing, say, I know, I said it first. It's childish. Clearly, we can see what is happening. And they understand that they're going to lose. Their plan is going to come to a crashing halt, which will mean that this whole fucking thing, this whole plan from Hamas and from the rest of the resistance groups in fucking Palestine would be successful. And it will be successful. But Israel, just like Zelensky, Zelensky just got $60 billion more in military funding, of course, which all goes to the military-industrial complex, so they're happy as shit. And of course, Israel's getting $30 billion more in aid and bombs and shit to kill more goddamn children. It's just like Zelensky. Zelensky will fight to the last fucking Ukrainian. Now they're talking about they have a piece of legislation in their fucking parliament, whatever the hell it is, in Ukraine, to start training fucking children in like middle school and early high school and high school to serve in the military. Babies. God damn. There's another story out of, I forget where it was. It's out of somewhere. I know it. It's Politico. And it was April the 4th. It's current. We have now a new fucking ally in the, who's been around for a while, but now he's getting funding and he's getting all this attention. He's the number one fucking Nazi in fucking, in Ukraine. And him and his Nazis are getting all kinds of attention and all kinds of money. And people at Politico are like, is this really a good look? Now you compare that story from April of the 4th of this year, you know, we have this new fucking allegiance with this fucking Nazi, and he's building his Nazi ranks, to what happened this weekend on Saturday when, as soon as they voted, all the Democrats voted for this fucking $60 billion to go arm the Nazis, up they all jump with their little prop fucking Ukrainian flags that they were all given and told to wave and go, yay, for the cameras after they fucking voted for it. How fucked up is that? I mean, yeah, Hitler was fucking Time Magazine's Man of the Year twice. Yeah, we had fucking Nazi rallies in Madison Square Garden, but goddamn, man. You'd think they'd at least try to keep. I mean, what's the deal with the flags? They might as well just stand up and Zeke Heil, because that's what they're doing. And of course, we support the Nazis in Israel as well. So this is where we've gone since my last video. So it's, you know, you got to forgive me if I want to get into gardening. Let's have a listen to this jackass.
This is something I've written about, but it's so important that I'm making this quick, short video as well.
No, it isn't.
We have to stop trying to educate anti-Semites, and we have to hurt them instead.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Let me ask you a question. Now, he's going to go on and on about how to hurt them, how to hurt us. We got to stop trying to educate the anti-Semites. They're just beyond education. First of all, how fucking condescending is this fucking prick who is pissed off because so many people in the world are sick of the IDF and Benjamin Netanyahu and the Likudniks bombing children in refugee camps. We need to be educated as to how that's acceptable? Because what? Oh, that's right. 6 million Jews. Some woman stood up, I forget this person's name, when they were about to vote for the 30 billion tax dollars. Nothing, by the way, to secure the goddamn border. 30 billion tax dollars to go to glorious Israel for more weapons. The first thing out of her mouth was 6 million Jews. What the fuck has that got to do with bombing fucking children in Gaza? Nothing. But that's the first thing out of her fucking mouth. We need to be educated by the likes of him regarding what? morality? I don't think so. He's going to tell us in a minute. I'm not playing all of this. You can go watch it. He's going to tell us in a minute. That he says, now I'm not talking about hurting them physically. That's right. Bring your 140-pound ass over here to my 270 pounds, and we'll see how that works out for you. He's not talking about physical confrontation. He's talking about stabbing people in the back and doing backhanded, backstabbing little dirty deeds. Again, the kinds of things that play right into all the worst fucking stereotypes and tropes of how Jewish people are. He's a billboard for anti-Semitism. This guy is a campaign, he's a spokesperson for anti-Semitism. And all you got to do, if you go to the Twitter feed where I got this, all you got to fucking do is read the fucking comments. And these are the fucking tame ones. We need to stop trying to educate people on the virtues of murdering children. It hasn't worked. Oh no, it's happening again. Quick, get them fired, sue them, take their bank accounts. Why are we so hated? The Goyim aren't listening. It's time to threaten them with violence. This is literally what this jackass is saying. Because people, they equate, go down here to this. They equate any fucking criticism of the policies of Israel, especially those that have anything to do with them stealing more fucking land from somebody, with anti-Semitism and the Holocaust. That trick don't work no more. That dog don't hunt. We're not going to be fucking silenced by your bullshit little backstabbing fucking ways. We're not. We're going to speak out. Go fuck yourself. Your hasbara tricks didn't work. You couldn't fucking manage to spin 14,000 dead children is justified because of what someone did 75 fucking years ago. No, doesn't work that way. So now you think, according to this guy, they can make us afraid to speak out. Afraid to speak out in the United States of America, where we have the First Amendment, the freedom of speech. And this guy, from what I understand, is in the United States. Imagine that. A fucking Zionist who opposes the freedom of speech.
Decades of education has not worked.
It's not education. That's what they call it outside of Israel. Inside of Israel, they call it propaganda. Outside of Israel, they call it education. It's called hasbara. And it hasn't worked because we're not as stupid as you think.
Has not worked. It is the worst it has ever been.
Gee, I wonder why that is.
Actually failed. This is the most dangerous time to be a Jew in our living lifetime.
It's the most dangerous time to be Palestinian. Ever. Well, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. Nakba. And we got Nakba 2 coming up as soon as they finish with that fucking pier. But Nakba was probably the most dangerous time to be Palestinian. This is goddamn close. Most dangerous time to be a Jew? Do tell. Are you going to give me some examples? What exactly has happened? Tom Cotton is talking about people taking their vehicles and running over protesters. People demonstrating for peace. What's that got to do with danger to Jews? Nothing. I don't hear a single person calling to make Jewish people hurt. I don't hear a single person calling, especially a senator, calling for violence against Jewish people. But I hear all the time people like this jackass calling for violence against us. Why? Because they are so goddamn desperate. We've got to shut these people up. The more they talk, the more people realize, and they listen, and they start doing their own research, and they realize we're committing crimes in fucking Gaza. We got to shut them up. Otherwise, their great Zionist fucking dream of greater Israel is going to go right down the fucking toilet. And that's what he's talking about. And that's what he's arguing for.
Education has failed to stop those who are anti-Semitic. Stop trying to cure them. Stop trying to heal them.
Has anybody... He's even being condescending to his own people. Stop trying to cure them. Stop trying to heal them, you idiots. They're condescending even to themselves.
Stop thinking it's your job to be some kind of nurse or therapist for them or savior for their fucking hatred.
There is a video. Somebody posted a video in response to this. It was a Jewish guy who said, you know what? All these goyim, all these goys out there, these Christians, he said they all worship one Jew. They should realize they shouldn't worship one Jew. They should worship all Jews because we all die for their sins every fucking day. That's similar to what his opinion is. That's similar to what his opinion is. What did he just say? What did he just say?
Thinking it's your job to be some kind of nurse or therapist for them or savior.
Or savior.
For their fucking hatred. Stop trying to heal anti-Semites and hurt them. That will make them stop.
Hurt them. Hurt them. That will make them stop. Meanwhile, in Columbia University, people are not only being arrested, but they are being arrested and charged with felonies. Young students getting started in their lives simply for protesting, sitting peacefully in circles. And of course, with those felonies comes being kicked out of the university and blacklisted. Hurt them, he says. He says, we can't cure them of their hatred. Dude, what this guy is doing right here is creating hatred. I'm not playing any more of this piece of shit's fucking video. If you want to watch it, the rest of it's on my website. Here's another... Here's somebody else's response to this, which I thought was funny.
The world's most popular game show. Why does everyone hate the Jews? Okay, folks, you know how this goes. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock, top 15 answers on the board. Why does everyone hate the Jews?
I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with this.
They will not stop because of intellectual ideas. They will not stop because you magically put butterflies and unicorns and fairies and love into their heart. They will stop out of fear because they know they will get hurt.
Maybe, let me explain something. This tells you so much about this condescending, dim-witted motherfucker. Of course, he does say, don't try violence. But what does that tell you about him? People like myself, and I think we are obviously in this case, the majority. But I think in a lot of cases, the majority. People who understand what happened with COVID, I think we're in the majority. People who understand what happened with JFK, we're in the majority. I think people who understand what happened with 9/11 are in the majority. I think people who understand our fucking election system is rigged. I think we're in the majority. We are the majority. And I will tell you right now, there is not a single one of us who doesn't already know for a fact that we will be hurt for speaking out. For a fact. We know it. And apparently, unlike that little coward, we keep speaking out anyway because it's the right thing to fucking do. What the fuck else would you do? We're going to hurt you. We're going to cause you some pain. We're going to get you canceled. Fuck off. We're going to get you a bank account so you fuck your mother. Okay, do what you're going to do. But I'm not going to shut the fuck up. I'm never going to shut the fuck up till you put me in the ground. People like him, okay, don't hurt me. Don't cause me any fucking inconvenience. Don't take any of my glorious fucking shekels. I'll shut up. I got my mind right, boss. He really thinks he's dealing with that. There's this old adage, this old saying about, it wasn't true, but was it Shanghai Shek or somebody was supposedly talking about why you don't invade. It was from a movie, I think it was. It's not true, but from Pearl Harbor movie or some shit. Why don't you fucking invade the mainland of the United States of America? And the guy's answer was, because you'll find a gun behind every blade of grass. That's why. And that's fucking true. And with no regard. Now, of course, it's a line from a fucking movie, but it's a fucking fact. It's a goddamn fact. You think people are going to, you think the Goyim are going to be so worried that you're going to, what? Call those kids. Here's a prime fucking example. They've been arresting and kicking kids off of and separating them from their fucking education, from their schools, since the whole thing started. What, a week ago, week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? What happens? More kids show up. Why? Does he not understand the concept? Apparently he doesn't understand the concept. Yeah, you can hurt us. You can threaten to hurt us. But it doesn't mean we're going to fucking cower. Because we don't do that. Let's watch that video. This is funny. What a piece of shit. What a weasel piece of shit. Why does everyone hate the Jews? I don't know, dude. You tell me. You cowardly, condescending, miserable rat fuck. You tell me.
Yes, Mel.
Because they're cheap.
50 points. Joyce.
Oh, Bill, I know this one. Because they control the media.
Show me they control the media.
Yay!
How about because they killed Jesus?
I'd say killing a Messiah is a pretty Jewy thing to do. Oh, lightning round.
Uh-oh, the lightning
Double
round.
money.
Extra money.
Because they start all the wars in the world.
Because they control the world's financial institutions, leading all non-Jews to inevitable financial ruin while benefiting only themselves.
There you
Because
go. It's
they
up on the
used
board.
to kill Christian children and use their blood to bake their weird Passover bread?
It's on the board.
Because,
Because they run Hollywood.
Because, can they get over this Holocaust thing already?
Yeah. Move on, Jews.
Mel's the best. Hang on.
because they're rapists.
Ponzi schemers.
Globalists.
Because they're Jews.
Because they're Jews.
Joyce wins big money tonight.
I don't know who put that together, but that's, I think it's like some late night TV thing. Very funny. Yeah, there you go. There you go. This guy, he pretty much hit on almost all of those. So my post, as I was writing it, I got reported. I've got 5 anti-Semitisms out of 5 from the ADL. That's nice. That's nice. 5 out of 5. That's my first perfect score since ever. 5 out of 5. We hate white people. You cannot commit genocide and then hide behind anti-Semitism and the Holocaust. I'm sorry, but that's just not allowed. It's not allowed. You can't commit a Holocaust against a people and then justify it by saying somebody you once fucking knew who was a grandparent or a great uncle or a great aunt died in the Holocaust. First of all, the logic doesn't make sense. Second of all, it's kind of tasteless to use somebody else's suffering to justify the suffering you're causing. But that's where they're at. That's where they are. That Weasel and Michael Rappaport, they tell you right then and there. They tell you. They're letting you know. They're letting you see where they are in terms of how desperate they have become and how much and how they recognize that the mood of the world is changing the longer Bibi Netanyahu and the Likudniks and the Zionists are allowed to continue bombing fucking Gaza. And it's not going to get any better. You can threaten people all you want. Go fuck yourself. They kicked me off WordPress. I just made a fucking another one. They kicked me off YouTube. I just made a fucking another one. They kicked me off PayPal. Fuck them. Fuck them. They are desperate. And they are now at the stage of a rabid fucking animal that's wounded and frightened that they're ready to lash out in any way, shape, or form and do whatever damage they can do. The problem is the world will see it as such. The world will understand it. You know, people start fucking disappearing. People start fucking going away. People start getting fucking canceled. Everyone else is going to know why that's happening. You're not doing yourselves any fucking favors by silencing dissent, by shutting it down. All you're going to do is make people dislike even more. And I've said this many, many times before, and I'll say it one last time. What this guy doesn't understand is that his Zionist fucking ideology is the most anti-Semitic fucking, the most anti-Semitic. Maybe the fucking guys in the real Nazis in Ukraine could teach me a thing about Zatu, about anti-Semitism. But as far as I know, Zionism is the biggest fucking anti-Semitism recruiting tool that exists. And it is probably one of the most anti-Semitic ideologies, because Zionism doesn't give a rat's ass about Judaism. All they care about is this and the fucking land. And achieving the dream that their fathers and their racist fathers and their racist grandfathers and their racist great-great-grandmothers passed down to them. So they can say, we saw it through to the end. We did it. It was our generation. Let's blow up that fucking Dome of the Rock and build David's temple. That's what, and they're literally talking about that now. Question is, how far will they go? Because if they did that, it wouldn't just be Iran sending a few symbolic fucking drones into Israel. There would be major, major consequences. And I'll end with this. Just as they see the writing on the wall or writing on Twitter, just as they see the writing on the fucking wall, so too, and you take them at their word. They understand. There's no quote unquote education that makes people say, oh, it's okay to kill 14,000 fucking children horribly and to displace an entire population so you can steal their land. You can't do that. There is no education. So what he's saying is absolutely the next step. We just got to fucking stop them or make them frightened of speaking out. Well, good luck with that. It's not really working. Not with the old folks, and apparently in Columbia and universities across the fucking country and across the world, not with the young folks. There are people who dropped a banner down in outside of Abbotsford just on the highways just on this Sunday. People aren't scared. So that's not going to work either. But you can hear the desperation in their voice. And I'll give you another example of how this is manifesting itself now. Hillary Clinton did an interview where she said, oh my God, we can't let Donald Trump come to office because he's got all these felony fucking charges against him, which are bullshit, and everyone knows that. And we can't let him get into the White House because he'll, come after his fucking opposition. What is she saying that's 100% true? She's saying the same thing I've said. They can't let Donald Trump into the White House because they attacked his fucking finances. They tried to fucking seize his businesses that he owns. They've gone after his friends. They've gone after his family. They've gone after his associates. Some of them they've successfully put in fucking jail. And they've gone after him on trumped up, pardon the pun, charges. So yeah, there's no goddamn way. After they did all that shit to him, there's no fucking way they can trust him to be in the fucking White House. There's no way. So, Hillary Clinton's telling you. I mean, sometimes they will, in spite of themselves, tell you the fucking truth. After all the anti-democratic bullshit they tried to do. And that's to say nothing about the shit they did in 2016. That's to say nothing about the shit they tried to do to him while he was in office. They are terrified if he comes to power, if he gets back in office, what he will do. They'll tell you. Sometimes they'll be straightforward honest with you. They can't allow. One way or the other, they just can't allow that. And by the same token, what this guy said, what this dimwit says, what this fucking egotistical, what this Cliff Clavin, this Jewish version of Cliff Clavin is saying, is accurate. They can't educate us anymore. And in fact, in spite of their best fucking efforts, as long as they keep letting Bibi Netanyahu and the Likudniks and the Zionists and the greater Israel fucking proponents continue to kill children in Gaza, our ranks are going to swell, not theirs. The best thing they could do right now is get rid of Bibi, get rid of the Likudniks, withdraw their fucking troops, and make the world's biggest showing of the new fucking administration and the new government in Israel doing everything they can to legitimately, with no strings attached, help rebuild fucking Gaza. And put it all on the fucking Likudniks and all on the fucking Zionists. That's the best thing Israel could do right now. To save Israel's face, to save face. That's the best thing Israel could do right now. And there are a lot of Jewish people who agree with what I'm saying, both inside Israel and out. But unfortunately, we have jackasses like that rat fuck. They're the ones who get all the airtime. Maybe I'll try to fix that tomorrow. Anyway, I'm going to go back and do some more gardening because that's peaceful. It's relaxing. Anyway, I thank you for your time. I know it's been a couple of days. I'll do videos every day this week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.